Okay, this is Tim Parrish for Doctsports, and I have a very special two guests today. And with me today is Pastor Chips Ross and his dad,
Phil Ross.
Phil Ross.
Hi, Tim.
Okay.
Hi, Tim.
Hello, Chips. Hello, Phil. I have a special time with you guys because you guys are son and father, and you guys are both Dodger fans.
Yes.
And that's exciting. I'm not a Dodger fan, but I do like
It's
to
not
watch
too late.
games.
It's not too late.
No, I can't do that to my Indians. But like you guys, I've been a fan since I was a baby, and so have you, Mr. Chips.
Yes.
And how did that all begin?
Well, my first game was when I was a baby, 8 months old. I have no recollection of it, so my dad would have to tell that story. But I remember that we would go to opening day. We'd get out of school because it would be a day game, and of course I loved that, getting out of school, and we'd go sit in the stands and we'd watch the Dodgers, and that was an annual tradition every year. Get out of school, go to opening day, and watch the Dodgers. It's been an important part of our lives, of how we connect with each other.
I became a Dodger fan while the Dodgers are still in Brooklyn, because watching them on TV, it was the game of the week is all we got at those times in television, and that was usually either St. Louis, the Cardinals, the Dodgers, the Giants, or the New York Yankees. So those were the four teams you got to see. So I picked the Dodgers, the Brooklyn Dodgers, and lo and behold, when I was 11 years old, the Dodgers moved to my hometown of Los Angeles. So.
And you picked the right one then.
Yeah.
How far away did you live from Dodger Stadium? Or
from Dodger Stadium, I could walk to Dodger Stadium from my house. So it really wasn't. It's probably like a 2.5 mile walk. So yeah, it was fun. I mean, when I was growing up in junior high school and high school, I used to go to the double hitters on Sunday afternoons, and my grandfather would drive us down there and drop us off. We'd walk up and buy our tickets, and then we would walk home.
And I don't know if it was like this for you, but like growing up as an Indians fan, doubleheaders were cheaper.
Yeah, you got 2 games for the price of 1. Yes.
Right, so we did that, and then they would also have like a fireworks show at the end of the second one, so you stick around.
Yeah, it was great fun. So and then when got married, and Chips was born, and then I'm just avid Dodger fan. So when he was a baby, that first season, 79, he would just sit in my arms and watch baseball games, basically the Dodgers, and so
rock him to sleep with
Dodgers Dodger stories, and so he just loved watching.
Well, yeah. So when I was growing up, my bedroom was right outside of my dad's office. So the two things that put me to sleep most nights were the dot matrix printer and Vince Scully calling Dodger games. And still, there's something about listening to baseball on the radio, even if it's an Indians game, a Giants, I don't care who it is, but listening to baseball on the radio relaxes me. Even if it's a tense, as long as it's not the Dodgers. If I'm not a fan of the team and it's a tense moment in the game, I will still be more relaxed, just because that's part of my growing up.
You grew up, yeah. So you guys got to experience something. Now, right now as we're recording this, they're on the brinks of another World Series, but you guys got to experience something really cool together.
Yes.
Last season when they were in, Game 2?
Game 2 of the World Series, which they eventually lost, but it was a back and forth, especially in the late innings.
Yes.
I had a splitting headache, so I was not feeling the best. So I remember that, but I remember just how loud the whole stadium got when I think it was Yasiel Puig singled and Logan Forsythe raced around from second to score the tying run to send the game into extra innings, and just the whole, my ears hurting, you feel the vibrations through your feet, and you will never forget that moment, how loud everyone was. And all of a sudden everyone in the stadium is like best friends, we're hugging each other, high fives. And to get to experience that with my dad and my brother-in-law, that's a bonding experience for us. And even walking out, like they lost and that was hard, but I mean, the three of us, that's a shared memory we won't forget.
That's great. Yeah. And now, if they go this year, will you get to go again?
Probably not.
Yeah.
It's just the finances aren't after I retired. It's not as easy to say I can throw $3,000 into going to a baseball game.
We were sitting in the
tickets.
cheap seats,
and they were like $1,200 each. So,
and I got to say, I mean, on the one hand, going to a game, the experience is incredible with the fans and how loud it is and the camaraderie. But as far as like noticing some of the details, it's a whole lot better to watch it on TV.
yes.
Yeah. I'm not missing the overpriced seats. I'm not missing the overpriced food. Not missing the long line to get to the restroom.
Yes.
And then that game I had a huge headache, so I couldn't go to the bathroom and take some aspirin to get help for that.
Yeah.
Or if I'm home, I'll just go get some aspirin. Come back and keep watching.
Yeah.
You didn't have any with you, and they don't sell any at the Dodgers.
To me, baseball is a great game to watch on TV because everything starts with the batter and the pitch, and then you get to see that and get the ball going out
and everything.
Sometimes when you're at the ballpark, sometimes it's even harder to follow the ball depending on where you're sitting. Is that a pop up? Is that all?
Yeah, there was a couple of times in game 2 we're like, a whole section is jumping up because of the way it looks, and then you watch the fielders and like, oh wait, no, that's a measly pop fly, but from up at the top deck it's like, wow, that's high, that's got to go far. They just hit it really, really high, not really, really high.
It looks different.
Yeah.
Now you have 4 kids,
yes.
Chips, and you have one son.
Isaiah.
Yeah. So, are they growing up to be Dodger fans?
I don't know. I'm wrestling with that myself because, like right now, they're in the playoffs, and I have so much stress following my team, and I don't have any fingernails right now. And yesterday, Clayton Kershaw pitching, and knowing it was a big game, and knowing how much I support him, I was nervous before the game. It was literally throwing off my mindset for my day. And that's part of being a fan, and you get the euphoria when they win. But it's like, do I really want to teach my kids that there's some negative side to being a baseball fan?
A real fan. I understand that completely. I do. I pace back and forth. I don't know if you're a pacer, but I pace back and forth watching the game.
I'll get laundry done. I'll get dishes done. Just get that nervous energy out. Get it doing something productive.
And me, I just sit on the couch watching. My wife goes, "Don't you want to get up and do anything?" No, I'm watching the game. Why do I want to get up?
The older I get, the calmer I am, I guess, because I'm just used to losing. But but I still pace during the tight games. So unless it's a blowout, if it's a blowout, I'll sit down or.
Because you're not nervous about it.
I'm not nervous. We lost. Can be pessimistic about it.
But,
that's an easy one for me. So anyway, they're 1 win away, and
going to the World Series.
How incredible would it be for you guys to experience a victory, not just in the World Series, but the whole thing?
Yeah.
As a father and son, I think that's very cool.
It would be.
1988 was the last time the Dodgers won, and we were
Hershiser.
And Kirk Gibson. We were upstairs, game 1. We were upstairs in our little alcove before it became your office.
Yeah.
And I still remember where the TV was and where the couch was.
Yeah, we videotaped all the games on a plug-in videotape machine that you had to have off to the side. It was actually a video camera, and you plugged it into your TV and actually videotaped it and the game while it was on. So we had those for a while. We could watch it, but now we don't have a video cassette. So But it was a family time, all of us.
My sister and I were jumping up and down when Kirk Gibson hit that home run.
Yeah, I always played softball and baseball, and so when they were growing up, we always played in the church league. So they were always there. So they grew up with softball and baseball. So it was like, this is what we do as a family. This is the Ross family. We watch baseball.
Yeah. Now I was 9 years old when that happened, 1988. But I remember Gibson just with the arm and running around. So I'm sure that was exciting for you.
It's still you hear, especially Vince Scully, because that's the one we heard do the call. just listening to him.
Yes.
It just like brings back so many
And we
emotions.
were all jumping as soon as they hit. We
Yes.
realized what was happening. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's been so improbable. The impossible has happened.
Yeah. Now, normally, what I do is go to national athletes, but you're not a national athlete, but you were an athlete in high school, right?
That's a stretch, yeah.
Yeah, you were an athlete. What did you do? You played basketball.
Yes, basketball was the only sport for my high school.
Okay, but you were a good one. You were a guard, right?
Yes.
Point guard?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you dribbled the ball, you passed the ball, you shot the three.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You did all of that.
Took on the big guys inside.
You took. Now, my question is, how did that transform to you being a Christian?
How did...
I mean, since you were an athlete, were you a Christian back then?
Yes.
And by Christian, I mean knowing Jesus as your personal Savior.
Right. So I guess a story along those lines that I could say. So not only was baseball a family event, but my dad kept score at our local college, and that basketball was a family event. And so he would be keeping score, and I was the ball boy for the college basketball team. And you just quickly imagine how I got connected to those guys playing, and I wanted to be like them, and I wanted to play. And so that was my mental desire in high school, was I wanted to make the college team and play alongside of those guys, as it were. And one of the young men really took it on himself to pay attention to me, and he took me out for breakfast, and I was still a junior in high school, I think it was. And it was a very significant conversation, because he was asking me, so what do you want to do, Chips? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? And I talked to him about playing basketball and making the college team and just how great that would be. And he's like, there's something more important than basketball.
You're like, what?
I was like, shut up. No, there's not.
Hey, man.
And he proceeded to talk about how important it is to have a right walk with Jesus, and to make that so very important in your life. And it would be more important for me to obey Jesus and to live for Jesus than for me to make the basketball team. And so freshman year, when I went to college, I went to that college and I tried out for the basketball team, and I didn't make it. And I shed tears. I was heartbroken because that had been my dream. But at the same time, I realized that, sure, I could transfer out of that college and find another school that would take me as a player, and I could play college basketball. But that conversation that I had with that one player, and there's something else, there's something more important for me than playing basketball. And years later, I mean, this happened like 5 years ago, so 20 years after the first conversation, that basketball player was a missionary in Brazil.
Great.
And so he came into my area, and we met for lunch at In-N-Out. And I remember sitting down with him and realizing, and I almost shed tears over this moment, but it's like, wait a second, I'm on the same team. I'm finally on this. I've been on the same team. It wasn't the basketball team. We are both serving Jesus.
Right.
And yeah. So that's, like you talked about, for my kids, I would rather have them serve Jesus than be a Dodger fan or be a basketball player. My oldest daughter is an excellent tennis player. And I'm teaching her and reminding her, play for Jesus. Mm-hmm. Play for Jesus. It's not about winning or losing. It's not about how many shots you make. It's playing for Jesus. It's not matter if the high school coach is there scouting you. Play for Jesus. He's your audience, and you're there for him.
And also people are watching,
mm-hmm.
and they're watching how you act, and
yes,
that is your gospel.
Yes,
that's His gospel.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate you guys joining us here today at Doctsports, and it's good luck.
Thank you.
I really do. I hope the Dodgers win, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have something to say to Giants fans for a while.
Yes, at least another world championship. Yeah, we did win one,
We still got 3 in 5 years, but we got one.
Yes, I will say I know both sides.
Yes.
And it is quite a rivalry, and I enjoy watching it from afar. Pastor Chips,
Thank you so much, Tim.
Phil, thank you
Pleasure.
very
Thank you,
much.
Tim. It's good to be here.
And we'll see you next time.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
This is dedicated in loving memory of Phil Ross.